Welcome back. This is chapter 5th, Princess September. And now I'm going to explain page number 39 to you. So here we go. It seemed to Princess September that her little bird had been away a long time. Something might have happened to him. What with hawks and with snares, you never knew what trouble he might get into. Besides, he might forget her, or he might take a fancy to somebody else. Oh, that would be dreadful. She wished he were safely back again. So here this line say, September felt that the little bird of her had been long away. The growing suspicion creeping in her mind made her think of all the dangers coming on the way, such as big hawks and traps. She also imagined that he might forget her or found interest in some other person. And if it was so, that would be terrible for her. She wished he returned safely back. Next part. Suddenly, September heard a tweet just behind her ear, and she saw the little bird sitting on her shoulder. He had come in so quietly and alighted so softly that she had not heard him. So here this line say, Suddenly September heard a twittering of the little bird coming from behind her ears. As the bird had settled on her shoulder softly and announced his return. The princess had no idea when he returned because he did it so quietly and softly to give her a surprise. Next part. I wonder what on earth had become of you, said the princess. So here this line say, Princess September, unable to hold back her emotions, spoke with concern to know what had happened to him, or that he got so late to return. Next part. I thought you'd wanted that, said the little bird. The fact is, I very nearly didn't come back tonight at all. My father-in-law was giving a party and they all wanted me to stay, but I thought you'd be anxious. So here this line say, At that, the bird replied he knew she would be thinking in that order, then informed her that there was a party thrown by his father-in-law and they wanted him to stay with them. So it was a tough call, and on that he nearly had not come. But then he thought of her and her anxiety about him, and so he returned finally. Next part. Under these circumstances, this was a very unfortunate remark for the little bird to make. So here this line say, September had doubts in her mind about his return, and at such a situation his remarks about his nearly not coming because of the family pressure was very unfortunate one. Next part. September felt her heart go thump against her chest, and she made up her mind to take no more risks. She put up her hand and took hold of the bird. So here this line say, the bird's words raised her heartbeats. Being nervous, she decided to take no more risks. Immediately, she gripped the bird. Next part. The bird suspected nothing, and he was so surprised when she carried him over to the cage, popped him in, and shut the door on him that for a moment he could think of nothing to say. But in a moment or two he hopped up to the ivory bird and said, "What is the joke?" So here this line say, the bird couldn't imagine something bad coming to him, but was surprised when she took him near the cage. Then pushing him into it, closed the door. For a moment he was speechless and could not imagine how to respond. But in the next moment he jumped up to the ivory stand and then said what that joke was about. So this is all. Thank you.